Hello, everybody. Welcome to our Meditation Monday. Hi, Shushann. How are you?
Hi, nice to see you, Morel. I'm very
Good.
well, thanks. And
Good.
it's a wonderful thing to be able to offer on Facebook.
It's fabulous. Thank you so much for your time this morning. So, good morning, everybody. My name is Morel. I'm from Parkinson's, New South Wales, and welcome to our Meditation Monday session for Active in August. Throughout the month, we will encourage people living with Parkinson's, you, your carer, your loved ones, your family, your friends, to challenge each other to be more active while at home, at work, wherever you are. It's really important. During the course of our live session today, please type in any questions down into the comments section and we'll endeavour to answer them live, or if we can't get to them live, after the session is finished, we'll come in and we'll answer them as well. If you prefer, of course, and your question is of a personal nature, please send us your message through Messenger. And again, Shushann will go in and answer any queries and questions that you do have. Of course, Parkinson's New South Wales is also here to support you should you have any questions after this session. 1800 644 189. So go ahead and ring them if you need them. The qualified nurses will be able to support you. Now over to Shushann. Please allow me to introduce Shushann. She is our Parkinson's New South Wales counsellor and she'll be guiding you through this meditation Monday. Over to you, Shushann.
Thank you. Thanks, Morel. And greetings, everybody. It's a wonderful opportunity for us to keep connected whilst we're in isolation or semi-isolation, wherever we may be tuning from. And so today I'm going to talk a little bit about how we can hold that space of calm and peace and cultivate that during these times of uncertainty, where we may have an increase in anxiety, an increase in our own feelings of fear and concern. So I will be sharing a few tips, little practical things that you can do, as well then after that, a short meditation with you. And once we complete the meditation, there'll be some space for any questions and answers that may come up. And as Morel said, you may type in your questions and I'll endeavour to answer them as best that I can, or you may write to us on Messenger. Perhaps you have a question that comes up afterwards, the next day, or sometime after this session. And please feel free to include your questions and we will get to them as best that we can. So, we are all learning to bring ourselves into that place of calm, even though we may be living in this time of confusion, of troubled times, there are daily stresses that we may be facing with the instability of this global pandemic. And each of us has a capacity to positively impact those around them. And we're going to learn a little bit about how we can do that today. And our bodies are always here in the present moment. We are here together, listening to this together, but it's our mind that tends to wander. It either goes into the past of what didn't occur, perhaps old regrets or feelings of doubt that can create pain for us around what the future, what the past has been about. And we can also then go into the future, and that's what can create anxiety, what might be, the fears we hold around this. And we can project into the future those fears that we carry, and our anxieties actually have an impact on our bodies. All those things we think can happen can create a feeling of stress in our bodies. And one of the ways I like to think about fear is as an acronym: false evidence appears real. False evidence appears real. So some of those things we may be thinking about haven't actually happened or may never happen. or if they happen at some point, we'll deal with them as best we can. But what can happen if we're thinking about these and our thinking track gets taken over by our fears? We can start to feel overwhelmed, and we can even feel paralyzed to take action. So today we are going to do a meditation that helps bring us into the present moment in ourselves, to notice what we are feeling or thinking without getting too caught up in it. But before we move into our meditation, here are a few very simple tips about managing anxiety that you may be experiencing. So the first tip is simply to be kind to yourself. If you are having thoughts that are fear-based or about your own worries and self-doubt, then just be kind to yourself and just notice that's what you're thinking. Don't feel you have to rush to create a change or that you're a bad person. We're all in this together, and we all have our own worries and doubts and fears. So I know that there have been some lifts to the constrictions around coronavirus in some places, but in some places things have intensified, and that can shake us up a little bit. So take your time, be kind to yourself, follow your own pace. If you are feeling anxious, give yourself time to process your thoughts and feelings. Sometimes we need to talk to somebody about that, either a partner or family member or a good friend or a neutral person like myself or a health professional that you can talk to. And it's good to remind yourself that always in life there are going to be some things that you can control and some things that will be out of your control. And one of the things that we can manage in ourselves under these current circumstances is our thinking track, how we speak or think about ourselves, our life, the world, and how we may speak about that to others externally, especially if you're exposed to a lot of social media or news, which often tends to bring in the worst case scenarios and remind us of what's not working. So it's really important to think about what you can control, what is working in your life, and particularly those things that you may be grateful for in your life, no matter how large or small they may be. It may be simply that you had a hot shower this morning and you felt the warmth of that water on your body and you've got warm clothes on your back, or that you had a nice breakfast this morning, or that there was a kind word shared with your carer or a family member or a friend, and just reminding yourself of those people that love you and care for you, and reminding yourself of your love of them, of your care of them. So really catching our own thinking and reminding ourselves of those things that we can control. So the next point I want to make is to really take things one day at a time. When we're dealing with a condition like Parkinson's, and then we add this other layer of a global pandemic, it can easily escalate our thinking too far into the future. And when we engage too much into those what if scenarios, we can feel a sense of overwhelm. So some days it really may mean taking baby steps, taking a step day by day, building on what you can do, recognizing your strengths, looking at your scope of ability, and asking for help when you need it. Asking for help is a gift in itself, because it offers people the opportunity to step in and care for you. And that's a gift of itself, in the same way that we care and give to others. And you may need help in prioritizing what your next steps may be. But simple things in order to help you stabilize and feel grounded in your mental health, your emotional well-being. Some of these may be just keeping up your regular exercise, doing things that help you reconnect with others, allowing yourself to feel joy, do things that help you feel joy. It may be watching a movie that makes you laugh, rejoining your choir or dance group or your gym, whether this is going to be face to face or online. But getting back to those things that help you feel there's a regularity, there's a routine, there's a structure, and helps you reconnect to others. And connected to this is the next tip, and that's to maintain your positive routines. If you can't go out, you'll find there are lots of options online for all people affected with Parkinson's. Keep up your healthy routines, cooking, eating well, meditating. If you're going for a walk around the block, keep that walk up around the block. If you're doing yoga, exercises that help fall prevention or keeping your balance, doing your speech therapy, this all can be done online. So make sure that you keep these up. And just even starting with a couple makes a difference, gives you that sense of, okay, I've got some things that I'm doing that are helping me, and not isolating yourself in those times. And the next tip is a very simple one that we can all do, and that is getting some sunshine medicine, getting our vitamin D. And this could be either walking during sunlight hours or simply taking your chair and sitting in your backyard when the sun's out. The sunshine and vitamin D have so many wonderful benefits. They help regulate the absorption of calcium in your body. They help with our normal immune function. Vitamin D is an important role in regulating mood and warding off depression. An exposure to sunshine or to sunlight is thought to increase our brain's release of the hormone serotonin, and this is associated with boosting our mood and helping us feel calm and focused. So here are a few of my tips. The wonderful thing about this recording is that you can watch it over again if you've missed some things. But now let's get comfortable. We're going to move into our meditation, and then this will be followed by some time for questions and answers. So let's take a deep breath together. Let it out through your mouth, just very gently and very slowly. And as you let your breath out through your mouth, let it out as a sigh. And you may either want to just soften your gaze or close your eyes as I talk you through these next steps of this meditation. And in this moment, if you are feeling some anxiety or agitation in your body, you can break the grip of any of that tension or stress that is created by that by taking some sort of action. So sometimes if you're feeling that, we can do this together, it may help just to shake your hands. Just really give your hands a good shake, moving your shoulders so that you're kind of not letting the fear or the anxiety take over your body. And after a bit of shaking, just now again, take another long, slow, deep breath in through your nose and letting it out through your mouth. Just very slowly, very gently. Now we're just going to do one more movement, and that is to stretch your arms up over your head, and again, as far as you can comfortably for yourself. Again, this is about releasing any stress in your body and stretching your shoulders up and maybe gently looking up helps shift and release that tension that you may feel in your shoulders or your neck. And with your arms stretched up, again, take a deep breath from here, in through your nose. And let it go out through your mouth, and just gently lowering your arms and placing your hands flat on your lap. And if you haven't already closed your eyes, just once more, closing your eyes and just perhaps feeling what that little bit of movement has generated in your body. Perhaps you might feel some tingling in your shoulders or your hands. Maybe you're feeling a little bit slower, that you've slowed down a little bit. And with your eyes closed now, just think about the type of thoughts that come into your mind when you are feeling anxious. And just tell yourself, okay, I've got these thoughts, but I'm not my thoughts. I have these thoughts that may create worry, but I'm not my thoughts. And just for now, let's together add in some more positive thoughts. So it may be, and you can join me in saying this or just say it to yourself, in this moment, I'm okay. With whatever is happening in this moment, I'm okay. In this moment, I can feel love for my family, and I can feel their love in this moment. In this moment, I can choose to listen to this meditation and focus on this. I can make this my focus in this moment. In this moment, I'm doing the best that I can. In this moment. In this moment, I breathe in peace and I breathe out calm. In this moment, I breathe in peace and I breathe out calm. In this moment, I choose to stay connected to others. In this moment, I choose to receive help, support, care in this moment. In this moment, I choose to listen to the sound of my own breathing. That soft intake of breath through my nose and the sound of the out-breath in this moment. In this moment, I focus on the breath moving in my body, perhaps feeling it expand my belly or expanding my ribs out to the side. And then feeling the gentle contraction as I breathe out. So in this moment, I focus on the breath, my breathing, moving in and out of my body at my own rhythm, at my own pace. And if there's anywhere in your body that you may notice you are holding tension, just breathe into that space. If you have spent a lot of time in front of the computer, we can hold tension in our shoulders. So with your next breath, just consciously with your out breath, let your shoulders drop. And allow all the muscles around your shoulders and your arms to simply drop and become heavy. Allowing your hands to rest comfortably and heavily on your lap. We can also carry tension or stress around our head, all those little muscles around our eyes and our mouth. Just with your breath, very gently softening all those little muscles around your scalp, your eyebrows, that space between your eyebrows, your eyelids, allowing the back of your eyes to soften and relax. Letting your eyes roll gently down towards your chest. softening your jaw and your mouth. Just by simply placing your attention there and breathing into those areas. And letting go. And allowing a wave of relaxation to just continue traveling down through your jaw, softening your throat, your chest, your arms. Just feeling yourself sinking into a deeper space of relaxation wherever you may be sitting or lying down. But not sleeping. Continuing to be relaxed but wakeful and present. This is part of the practice together. Now gently moving your shoulders, maybe moving your head from side to side. You may want to open your eyes and move your fingers, moving your wrists, moving your feet, and coming back now into presence. And we're going to move into some questions and answers. And I can't see the answers. Oh, yes, there is one here. There's a question here. What is the best way to keep your mind active when you feel depressed or anxious? So I think this is a really important question. And the answer to that is multi-leveled. So sometimes what we need is we need to distract the mind, because the mind can go into this very quick loop around what's not working. So some of the things I said earlier, if we can go back to what we are in control of, what we are grateful for, and to focus on things that take our thinking out and focusing on doing, that can help. So exercise, taking action, as I said earlier, maybe moving the body, shaking it, consciously shaking it, or stretching, reaching out and talking to somebody, just about your day, listening to inspiring podcasts or music, things that uplift you. These are all things that take the mind away from what you think isn't working or how the future will unfold, and bringing you back into the present. And so there's simple practices, but that's the whole point, is practice is really essential for this, because we've had lots of practice thinking about what's not working. We have to start implementing those things that shift that. So the next question is, how do I tell my loved ones that I'm depressed or anxious? Such a good question. And I think that what is helpful with that question is to know that that is a perfectly normal and common feeling for us, particularly now with this coronavirus and the changes we're having with the second wave and people feeling isolated. It's really important that we can reach out to a loved one and talk about that. Sometimes just naming it helps shift the mood. These things are often greater in our own thinking internally than when we can express them out loud. And when we share that, when we talk about that, then you may want to create a plan of action together, how to help shift that together so that we're not on our own dealing with these things. And sometimes it helps to reach out to an allied health professional. There's lots of support through Parkinson's New South Wales. You can call nurses on Infoline, or you can call them and make an appointment to see myself or the other counsellor and talk about these things, name those things. So I hope that was helpful. Now, was there another question? I think that I had one somewhere. Oh, they're the main two that I can see here. I can't see the Facebook questions, but here we are. We've got Morel on here. Morel,
they were the two questions we had, but everybody, please feel free to add comments or questions down below this video and we will reply to them.
Wonderful.
So, thank you so much, Shushann.
It's my pleasure.
Thank you for helping us through this challenging time and offering the tools to keep us grounded and mindful.
And to keep connected. Let's keep connected, and this is a wonderful vehicle for that we can share and be present here. So thank you.
Great advice, and thank you everybody for joining us. Please don't forget, if you have any questions or need any advice, to call Parkinson's New South Wales. Thank you everyone and take care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.